Good morning, everyone. Were you going to say something
said, let's
there?
get this party started.
Yes, let's do that. We're going to start things off today with a great song called I Can See Clearly Now. So sing along if you know the words. I know you do.
Well, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Oh, I can see all obstacles in my way.
Oh, yeah.
We're gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh, yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. And all of the bad feelings have disappeared. Well, here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, and nothing but blue skies. Oh, I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I can see all obstacles in my way. Well, here is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Sunshiny day.
We want to welcome everybody on social media joining us today here at St. Petersburg, Temple of the Living God. And today we have with us our own Lynne Forrest. Yes. And Lynne will be speaking on the topic of amplifying our bounteous blessings. Ooh. Yes. Well, we are so looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us, all your knowledge and wisdom. Yes. And before we begin, I would like to share an inspirational reading. And it's taken from Daily Word, and it speaks on infinite abundance. I allow God's infinite abundance to flow through me. Spiritual prosperity is like electricity that powers a light. When I flip the switch off and the light goes away, the electricity is still present, flowing out of my sight. I have simply cut off the current so it cannot light the bulb. I can also turn off and block the flow of abundance from manifesting in my life. Nevertheless, the abundant supply still exists, always. My oneness with God gives me unlimited access to an infinite source. I can turn within and consciously connect with the truth of Spirit's unfailing supply. I take care to think, speak, and act in ways that reflect divine abundance. By doing so, I ensure that the switch is flipped on. The essence of Spirit's abundance moves in and through me. And so it is. Yes. And so let us now enjoy music by Carol and Alex.
There we go. Steve, would you be able to turn the house lights down just a little bit? And I'd like everyone to just close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. If, just sit in your seat, make yourself comfortable, and take these words to be your own as we realize that Spirit is our source of our abundance. If you'd like to sing along, please do so. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. Last time. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. One more. I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
You guys, I don't think I have anything yet to say. I just...
It was a miracle?
I mean, seriously. Everything I was going to say is, Michael and Carol and the song and you and what... you've said it all. So I guess I'm supposed to get up here and repeat it. Because, it bears repeating. I want to introduce a concept, a thought that I first ran across in the words of Neville Goddard. If you don't know who that is, he was a teacher back in the 50s. And his big point that he made over and over again in so many ways was simply this, that the imagination is the seat of God within us. The imagination is God. And God indwells every one of us, you know? And there is nothing that we have in our world that was not first imagined. These are really important things, I think, statements of truth. Because the truth, it brings lots of questions, and it brings lots of, it's sort of like associations. Like, oh, if God is the imagination, then, and everything starts there. I'm given this spiritual, emotional, mental realm within me to manifest whatever I do. And there's not a single one of us here that is not manifesting right now. And of course, we got to see that with Michael. Wasn't that great? Don't you love the way that whole thing played out? Where, he first of all, he gives a $100 bill to our good Reverend, who, by the way, was imagining, receiving. He was telling us his fantasy, his vision. He was telling us, he was saying, I want you to walk up to me, and I want you to remember that, and I want you to, as you go past, remember that you forgot to remember, and then bring it back and give it. And about that moment, Michael remembered he had forgotten to give and gave it. Right? And so right there, we're seeing the principles of the imagination right before us now. And isn't it funny that what we like to do is to say, well, that I imagined into being, but all this, I didn't imagine this crap. Are you kidding me? The shape, the world, oh, guess what? You have created a field in your own being that is being mirrored back to you through what happens through your own world, through your life. It's a universal law. It's not like you're the exception to the rule. And the good news is, this is not to blame. This is not to say, oh, you're doing it wrong. No, you're doing it exactly right. Because what we are imagining, you know what? I think about another thing I learned from Neville Goddard was he talks about how we create the story. You all have heard me talk about this many times, I know. The story being sort of based on what I'm believing and what the inherited beliefs, the beliefs I come into life to inherit, the lineage beliefs, and my beliefs come from the environment. What I do is I look out there to determine what's real when truth is not based on facts. Oh my gosh, can you believe I said that? Truth is not based on facts, it's based on convictions. And there are two elements, there are two descriptive characteristics of truth and conviction, and truth, and that is the conviction, which another word for that is faith. Is that not what Jesus always looked for to verify whether or not? He would always say, do you believe? Do you have the faith? You see, that faith is the thing. Faith is the commodity. And when you're walking through life and you're looking at what is as if it's true, rather than the projection of your own energetic belief system. And here's the thing about that. I mean, I know that sounds hard to some of us because we're like, are you saying I'm not a victim? Oh, excuse me. This happened to me and it was done to me and the world is doing it to me? No. I'm saying if that's what you choose, if you see yourself, if you have faith that you will be victimized, then you will be victimized. I worked with a young woman many, many, many years ago. She's an old woman now. She's still alive. But I worked with her when she was very young. And she came in to see me because she had been raped. And we we, went through all of her feelings around the rape. We did the thing, the model, the psychological model of the day, which this was back in the 70s, which is you just get in there and you just, feel all that, and then you relive it, and do you know, by the end of the year, she had been raped 3 more times. 3 more times. And the thing, and she would set it in she was internally, emotionally setting this thing up to happen, And I was like, what the heck? This is me just beginning to kind of figure out how all that esoteric stuff I grew up on might apply. Well, what do you do with that? And began to understand that so if God is the imagination, then imagine there are like 4 characters. This again, as I got this from Goddard. And just like when you get ready to produce a drama, get ready to produce a story, bring it to TV, bring it to the movies, bring it to film, right? What are the 4 parts? Well, the first is the producer. What does the producer do? The producer chooses the topic that is going to be written about or storied about or focused on, right? And now think about this in your own life. What are you producing? And that's what its job is to produce and focus on aligning with the resources that will bring it into being. The second character is the author. The author is the one that writes all the details of exactly what's going to be said, what the script is. That's the imagination. We're envisioning it. They're envisioning the story and they're writing it out. And do you know what scene they start with first in the movie world? The last scene. They write in detail how it's going to come out. And we're all doing this, guys. Think about what your last scene is. That's a good question to kind of reflect on and sort of like, well, am I expecting to end up destitute? Am I expecting to have to struggle? I'm going to be sick and in a lot of pain. And so the author writes the last scene, and then the third is the director, and the director, I see our actor friend Daniel over here nodding his head. Yeah, the director is the one that sees to it, rehearses it, aligns with the story. And it just keeps going, oh, no, you're off there. Come back here and do it. The director is the one that, aligns with the energy that you're envisioning so that you're sending that out. You're aligning with it to bring it in. And then, of course, there's the actor. The actor is the one that just rehearses the agreed upon vision, written in detail. It's just living it out. And the director says, oh, nope, now this can be for a scary terror movie, or it can be for heaven. It can be whatever you choose. So you envision where your life, you see where your life is, and if you get to decide whether that's going to be the facts of your life, or whether you would like to align with something a little differently, right? I'm going to open this up because there's some, here we go. Yeah. So the imaginative man does not deny the reality of what's out there. That's not what the imaginative man, the woman who's operating out of this understanding, does not focus on the facts, but focuses on the vision. Stays true to the vision, chooses the vision, writes it out. Michael does that. It's probably what he did today. He envisions, he doesn't take no for an answer. He's just flat out going to be the winner. And he stood up here week after week and embodied this for our viewing opportunity, guys. This is how abundance works. So wonderful that we have this happening right here before our eyes, just to treat the naysayer in us. And one says, yeah, well, that never happens for me. Yeah, and it never will, not with that vision. You'll see to it, right? And we all have a limited version of who we believe we are that we're operating out of. We all do. And you know what? Okay, here's the good news, guys. We came here to have that. It's the shadow. It's the projection. This is why we have a belief lineage that is 40 generations, goes back 40 generations. I get to work with people often, every day of the week. I get to work with people who are looking at how the lineage they're coming in or getting, bringing into consciousness, they're awakening around. This is the vision I've been living out of, and they're seeing how and they can see it. Well, that came down. My grandfather had that. My dad had that. This was something we all did. So we have this lineage of beliefs that comes in through the DNA. It's already downloaded. We already have this sort of piece written in our DNA. And you know what? It serves us. It's for us. Why in the world would we have that? Because God is love. And in order to understand that we are co-creators of the one energy, one source, the alchemist said there is only one substance, and everything in the world is made of it. Everything in the galaxies, everything ever is made of the same one substance, and that substance is consciousness. So whatever we're believing in, that's the story we're writing. We've been downloaded with a story that we're automatically handed a story, and then as we grow up, we watch our parents live it out, we watch other people live it out, we live it out, and what it does is it brings us to an understanding of how we are part of this. This is how we learn the co-creative process. So what is the co-creative process? What is it? What can you do knowing what I just said? Like, the imagination is God. What can you do knowing that? It's, again, bring faith in. How would I like you? This question, how would I like it to be? How would I like it to be? And why do I need it to be the way it is? And what am I grateful for right now? You know what? That's the most potent thing right there. It's just like, okay, I'm going to redirect my attention to what it is I have decided is mine. I believe in it. I have faith that it's possible. I don't take no for an answer. I just keep envisioning it. And if it's not apparent here and now, then that's just an opportunity. I'm being given an opportunity to cultivate faith. And faith is the commodity. It is the key to abundance. Yeah. So, let's see this. I'm going to just look through here a minute and see what else. Yeah, we talked about the author. The author is you living it on the ground. And watching, and when you look at it and stop, because as soon as we start judging the story we've been living, it's like, oh no, don't tell anyone. I'll make a confession right here, right now. Me and money I've had a story about money that's kept me from getting along with it. I have not had a good relationship with money. Everything else I have a plethora of abundance. Abundance happens in all kinds of levels, right? Love, respect. There's all kinds of forms of love and beauty, and I've had all of it. And money has been something, you know why? Well, because when I began to break that down, here's what I discovered. I'm not saying this is true for anyone else in here. I'm just saying for me, my belief about money was that I wasn't supposed to have it. I wasn't supposed to have money. Matter of fact, I was supposed to do without it. Matter of fact, I had to do without it to prove my love for Source. Because if as long as I believed in source and not money, I was afraid money would become source. And so I avoided it like the plague. I didn't pay any attention to it. I never, I just didn't get along with it. It was like, I was always trying to divorce money. And did it pretty well, actually. Just, I've divorced some other things in my life, too. Divorce has been something I practiced. And so what I'm saying to you is we all have story. We all have ways that we haven't done it, quote, right. That's because you can't do it wrong. You will only do it in ways that bring you deeper awareness. Right? So this is how it all breaks down, is that we're cultivating faith because, and we're being asked to trust in the power and cultivate the power of our imagination, to go there instead of getting hung up in what's showing on the movie now. But instead, how would I want it to be? And how can I feel my way into that today? That's a really important part of this. That's the other piece, faith and cultivating the right emotion. You want to align, you want to go ahead and start feeling the bounty and abundance you want to experience. Just go ahead and start living as if it's true. Michael might not have more. That might have been his last 100. I've seen him do this. Put it out there because he's not worried. I hate to be using you as such example, but you're the one that won the damn thing today, and so we get... And that's exactly how it works for me. Yeah, exactly how it works for me. That's the abundance that comes into my life, is other people sharing with me, taking care to see that my needs are met. This is a time on our planet, in our planetary evolution, where this has been amplified, this whole understanding. It is really it, guys. And the thing is that because the energy is so intense on our planet, the polarities are... and it's creating all this energy. And one of the repercussions of that is that things are manifesting very quickly. So when you go into a tailspin, it's like my daughter and I were talking, it's like we do not have time to play around with this low frequency stuff, because we watch immediately. When I go into a low frequency, I can see it show up in my life. And it seemed like there was more of a lag time as a younger woman. I would notice there was more lag time between what I projected out there and the repercussion of that, or the image of that, or that story playing out. Now it's really fast, guys, because you really get to practice this. If you go home today, if you do this right now, and I want to end on this note, just take a minute right now and close your eyes and just imagine that you are in a garden. No coincidence that the Bible starts out pretty early with the Garden of Eden, and that place where all of our desires, everything is met. Just imagine that when you open your eyes, that is where you are. And everything you want, and the thing you most want, even if you can't think of what that is right now, just to affirm that the thing you most want, you already have. When you open your eyes, you will see it. And you'll get to feel what that feels like. And just decide that I'm going to believe in that. I'm going to cultivate this feeling all day today. I'm going to do the things that bring me into this even more. And let's just watch and see what happens. This is the experiment I'm interested in having on this planet, and it's one that I really take seriously, is playing with the energies. And so I've been building a relationship with money. And sure enough, it just comes knocking on my door. It doesn't even come knocking, it just shows up in my mailbox. Right? And instead of saying no to it, what I've been doing is really cultivating yes. Yes, I will receive the goodness and the bounty that is mine here today. May it be so for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lynne, for blessing us once again. We are so very, very grateful and so very blessed to have such a wonderful speaker here amongst us, and really someone who touches our heart and our soul. So thank you. Every time. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to move into our time of tithes and offerings now. So we invite you to take your tithes and gifts in your hands and bless them. And I would ask for the ushers to come forth at this time. And those of you who are on social media, we also invite you to participate. If you're on the website, you can hit the donate button. And if you're looking at us on Facebook, you can actually go to our website, www.tlgtemple.org, and then contribute that way. And we thank you in advance. And so let us pray. Infinite radiant source of all life, we give thanks for the opportunity to share from our hearts as we gift the love that we are, allowing that for that energy to come forth and bless this temple. And we know that divine love moving through in each and every one of us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And now let us enjoy our closing song by Carol and the Goodfellows. And we are so very grateful to have Richard back with us as well from the north. Yes. And take it away.
Oh yeah. Be happy.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note, but don't worry.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
You wrote this song, huh? Whoa.
In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry you make it double. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Double trouble.
Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Sing it, Carol. Sing it.
Don't have no place to lay your head.
Oh no.
Somebody came and they took your bed. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, baby. Be happy.
Did they take your pillow too?
The landlord said your rent is late.
Again.
And he just might have to litigate. Don't worry.
Lawyer
Don't
again.
worry.
Costs money.
Be
Oh no.
happy. Don't worry. Be happy now.
Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Hey, Richard, tell us what you got to say, man.
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style. Ain't got a girl to make me smile. Don't worry.
I never
Oh,
worry
baby,
about
don't
that.
worry. Don't worry.
Be happy. Would you be my girl?
I'll be your girl.
Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that will put everybody down. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. You give me a make you laugh.
One more time now. Don't worry. Be happy.
Don't worry, be happy.
Stick around, talent show very soon.
Woohoo!